Welcome to the tutorial on mastering the basic arrow, banner, callout, flowchart shapes and connectors in CorelDRAW. First, a quick note that applies to all the shape tools we will be looking at in this tutorial. The techniques that hold true in the drawing of all these shapes, just like all the drawing tools that we have talked about in the previous tutorials, are 1. If you press and hold down the Control key, Command key on the Mac, as you drag the mouse to draw a shape, you are able to constrain the proportions. 2. If you press and hold down the Shift key as you drag the mouse to draw a shape, you are able to draw from the center out. 3. If you press and hold down the Shift key, along with the Control key, Command key on the Mac, as you drag the mouse to draw a shape, you are able to draw from the center out and constrain the proportions. The Perfect Shapes group comprises of predefined shapes, such as the Basic Shapes tool, Arrow Shapes tool, Banner Shapes tool, Flowchart Shapes tool, and the Callout Shapes tool. Connectors tool will also be included in this tutorial. Click on this black triangle in the Polygon section to reveal the shape groups in the Predefined Shapes group. Click on this icon for the Basic Shapes tool to select it. Basic Shapes tool, or the Common Shapes tool, lets us choose from a large variety of shapes, including a smiley face. Up in the Properties bar, you will see this icon for Perfect Shapes. Click on the little black triangle on the bottom right corner of this icon to open a sub-menu. There, you will see a number of predefined shapes, such as a parallelogram, a trapezoid, a smiley face, a heart, etc. Click on this icon for parallelogram to select it. Left-click and hold at the intended start point and drag the mouse to draw a parallelogram. Release the mouse button when you get the required shape and size. You will see a red diamond on the top left corner of this parallelogram. This is called a glyph. With your parallelogram tool still active, left-click and hold on this red diamond. You can drag this diamond to the right or the left to adjust the shape of the parallelogram. As you move the red diamond, you will see blue lines move along with the movement of the glyph. This gives you a visual of what the shape looks like at each point. Release the mouse button when done. You will notice that the vertically angled sides on the parallelogram are right-leaning. If you need these sides left-leaning, then with this shape selected, click on this Mirror Horizontally icon up in the Properties bar. There is a more precise way to move the glyph to adjust the shape. Click on the parallelogram shape to select it. From the Object Properties docker, click on this icon for Perfect Shape. From here, you can change the X values, or Y values, or X and Y values by moving the slider to the left or right. As you move the slider, you will notice that the blue lines move, reflecting the change in the glyph's position value. This will give you a visual guide as to what your shape would look like along these points. Release the slider once you get the desired shape. Or, you can simply click inside the relevant field and type a value. Press Enter to accept the change. All predefined shapes, except a select few, contain glyphs to help change the appearance of a shape. There are some shapes that will contain 2 or 3 glyphs. This is so you can change their appearance at different points. From the Perfect Shapes group, click on the smiley face icon to select it. Left-click and hold and drag the mouse to draw the smiley face. Release the mouse button when done. You will see a glyph placed on the curved line that defines the mouth or lips. From the Object Properties docker, under the Perfect Shapes option, move the slider to change the look from a smile to a frown. If you move the slider to increase the value of X to 100, you will create a drooping lip. You can also draw the shape of a sheet with a turned-up corner. Up in the Properties bar, click on the black triangle on the Perfect Shapes icon to open the sub-menu. From the sub-menu, click on the second icon in the second row to select it. It looks like a sheet of paper with a turned-up corner in the bottom right. Left-click and hold at the intended start point and drag the mouse to draw the sheet. From the Perfect Shape option under the Object Properties docker, move the slider back and forth and see the size of the turned corner increase or decrease depending on the direction of the slider movement. If you move the slider all the way to the left, thus getting an X value of 0, there is no turned up corner left. And if you move the slider all the way to the right, to increase the X value to 100, the size of the turned up corner increases to almost half the size of the sheet itself. Again, the blue lines give you a visual cue about the size and shape of that turned up corner. There are, however, some shapes that do not contain glyphs at all. From the basic shapes category, the ones that do not contain a glyph are the right angle, heart, lightning bolt, and the blood drop. From the banner shape group, the two explosion shapes do not contain glyphs. And none of the shapes in the flowchart shapes group contain glyphs. If you click and select the right angle triangle, the heart, the lightning bolt or the blood drop icon and draw any of these shapes, you will see they do not contain glyphs. So, the only changes you are able to do are to the length or the width of that shape. Let us have a look at the arrow shapes group. Most predefined shapes contain only one glyph. However, there are some that contain 2 glyphs and some that contain 3 glyphs. From the polygon group set, click on this black triangle to open the sub-menu. From here, click on this icon for arrow shapes to select it. From the properties bar, click on this black triangle on the bottom right corner of the Perfect Shapes icon to open the drop-down menu. From this menu, click on the last icon in the second row. Left-click and hold and drag the mouse to draw the arrow shape. Once again, you can left-click and hold on the red glyph and move it to the left or to the right to achieve your required shape. Or from the Object Properties docker, click on the Perfect Shape icon to select and open it. From here, you can move the sliders for the X position of the red glyph to create the desired shape for this arrow. Next, click on this black triangle on the Perfect Shapes icon from the Properties bar to open the drop-down menu. From this menu, click on this icon, the fifth icon in the first row, the double-sided arrow. Left-click and hold and drag the mouse to draw the double-sided arrow shape. Once again, you can click on the red glyph and move it around. Or, from the Object Properties docker, click on the Perfect Shape icon to select and open it. From here, you can move the sliders for the X and Y positions for the red glyph to create the desired shape for this arrow. Once again, click on this black triangle on the Perfect Shapes icon from the Properties bar to open the drop-down menu. From this menu, click to select the icon that shows an arrow with a trail. It will be the fourth icon in the second row. Left-click and hold at the intended start point and drag the mouse to draw the arrow. Release the mouse button when done. You can grab the red glyph and move it along the X-axis and the Y-axis to change the shape of this arrow. Or, from the Object Properties docker, under the Perfect Shape icon, adjust the X value and the Y value to create the required shape for the arrow. Let us have a look at the banner shapes group. From the polygon group set, click on this black triangle to open the sub-menu. From here, click on this icon for banner shapes to select it. Next, click on this black triangle on the Perfect Shapes icon from the Properties bar to open the drop-down menu. From here, click on the second icon to draw a banner shape. Left-click and hold at the intended start point. Drag the mouse to draw the banner shape. Release the mouse button when done. You will notice that this shape has two glyphs, a red and a yellow glyph. You can grab either of these and move them to get the shape you would like. Or, click on the Perfect Shape icon in the Object Properties docker to reveal the glyph information. From here, you can move the slider for each glyph to change the shape and the angle of this banner. Try different values for the red and the yellow glyphs. Adjust their values until you get the shape and angle you are looking for. Next, let us draw an explosion shape. Click on this black triangle to open the sub-menu for Perfect Shapes from the Properties bar. Click on the last icon that shows the shape of an explosion. Left-click at the intended start point and drag the mouse to draw the explosion shape. Release the mouse button when done. Note that this shape does not contain any glyphs. And if you click on the icon for Perfect Shape in the Object Properties docker, you will see that it reads, "This perfect shape has no glyph or glyph positioning slider." Let us have a look at the Callout Shapes group. From the Polygon group set, click on this black triangle to open the sub-menu. From here, click on this icon for Callout Shapes to select it. Up in the Properties bar, click on this black triangle on the Perfect Shapes icon to open the sub-menu. From here, click on the first icon from the second row. Left-click and hold at the intended start point and drag the mouse to draw this callout shape. You will notice that this callout has one glyph. You can left-click on this glyph to move it around. But the Perfect Shape option in the Object Properties docker does not give you any options. This is because the glyphs on callout shapes are not used to change the look of the shape itself. They will only allow you to adjust the position of the connector. You can move the connector anywhere around the body of the callout shape. You can increase or decrease the endpoint distance from the body of the shape. But the body remains unchanged. Release the mouse button once done. Now, from the Properties bar, click on this black triangle on the Perfect Shapes icon to open the sub-menu. And click on the last icon in the second row to select it. Left-click and hold at the intended start point and drag the mouse to draw the callout shape. You will notice that this callout has three glyphs. Here as well, you can move each glyph and position them where you need, but the only changes that you will be able to achieve will be to the connector line. The body shall remain unchanged. You can grab the red glyph and move it anywhere along the outline of the shape or inside the boundaries outline of the shape. But it will not move outside of the boundary of this shape. The yellow glyph is the elbow of this connector. It helps in getting the blue glyph to the position you need to place it in. The blue glyph can be moved in any direction while it remains connected to the yellow glyph. Let us have a look at the Flowchart Shapes group. This group offers you a wide selection of flowchart shapes that you can use to quickly draw a complete flowchart. From the Polygon group set, click on this black triangle to open the sub-menu. From here, click on this icon for Flowchart Shapes to select it. Now, from the Properties bar, click on this black triangle on the Perfect Shapes icon to open the sub-menu. I'll click on the second icon in row number 2 to select it. The one with a trapezoid shape. Left-click and hold and drag the mouse to draw the shape. When you release the mouse button, you will notice that this shape does not contain any glyph. As I mentioned at the start of this tutorial, none of the shapes in this group contain a glyph. Now, click on a different shape from this group and draw it on the canvas. I am going to pick 5 more shapes and draw them on my canvas. You can pick shapes of your choice. With the absence of a glyph on any of these shapes, you are not able to change their shapes. The only thing you can do is resize them, rotate them. You can also modify their looks by making changes to their object properties. Now let us have a look at connectors. In the toolbox bar, this icon is for the connector groups. The first option is if you want to connect 2 flowchart shapes using a straight line connector. Click on it to select it. You will notice that, as soon as you select it, red anchor points pop up on each shape on the canvas. You will use these anchor points to connect one shape to another using connectors. With the straight line connector option selected, I will left-click and hold on an anchor point on my first shape in this flowchart. Drag the mouse over to an anchor point on my next shape. Hover the mouse over the anchor point. You will notice that the size of this anchor point enlarges when the cursor is on top of it. Release the mouse button to complete the straight line connector. Now, click on this black triangle to open the other options in the connector group. Click on this icon for right angle connector. Left-click and hold on an anchor point on a shape in this flowchart. Drag the mouse over to an anchor point on my next shape. Hover the mouse over the anchor point and release the mouse button to complete the right angle connector. Again, click on this black triangle to reveal the options in the connector group. Click on this icon for rounded right angle connector. Left-click and hold on an anchor point on a shape in this flowchart. Drag the mouse over to an anchor point on my next shape. Hover the mouse over the anchor point and release the mouse button to complete the rounded right angle connector. Keep this connector selected. Up in the Properties bar, at the left end, you will see this field for rounded right angle. Here you can adjust the size of the arc on the rounded right angle. You can place your cursor in the field and type in a value. I will type in 0.5 inches. And press enter to make the changes to the selected connector. If I go back to the rounded right angle field in the Properties bar and type in a value of 0 inches, I will convert the rounded right angle into a right angle. Same logic applies to when these changes are applied to a right angle connector. Let's take a minute and connect a few more shapes in this flowchart. Anchor points can be edited. Click on this black triangle to open the sub-menu. Scroll down and click on the icon for Edit Anchor tool. With the Edit Anchor tool selected, I will click on the first shape in my flowchart. The anchors on both the vertical sides of this shape do not sit on the outline of this shape. And so, the anchor connected to this shape sits way off the outline on the sides. Left-click and hold on this anchor and drag it over to sit right on the outline of this shape. Release the mouse button when done. Left-click on a blank point on the canvas to deselect the shape. With the Edit Anchor tool active, click on another shape to select it. You can also move any anchor and reposition it on a different part of the shape's outline or on the inside of the outline. Even anywhere you choose on the canvas. but it will always stay connected to the shape it initially belonged to. To test this, with the Edit Anchor tool selected, grab the anchor and move it anywhere on the canvas, away from this shape. Visually, the anchor does not seem to be connected to that shape. Switch to the Pick tool, and if that shape is not already selected, click on it to select it. Hit the Delete button to delete the shape. The anchor as well as the connector both get deleted along with the shape. You can delete an existing anchor point. To do so, switch back to the Edit Anchor tool. With the Edit Anchor tool selected, click on a shape and then click on the anchor you wish to delete. Then, up in the Properties bar, click on this icon for Delete Anchor. You can make changes to the looks of these connectors. You can show the flow of the flowchart from one shape to another. To do that, with the Pick tool selected, click on a connector to select it. Then from the Object Properties docker, you can change the outline width. I am going to change the outline width to 0.75 mm. In your Object Properties docker, there will be a black triangle below the outline group. I have marked it with a red rectangle to make it more visible. If this triangle is pointing up, you will see further property options displayed. If it is facing down, then click on it to make those options visible. Then, from the Start Arrowhead field, I will click on the black triangle to open the drop-down menu. From here, I will scroll down and click on an icon to select the look for the starting point of my connector. I am choosing the bigger-sized black dot. Then I will click on this black triangle for the end arrowhead field to select the look for the end point of this connector. I will click on the icon I am wanting as my end point. Next, let us change its color. From the Outline Color field, click on this black triangle to open the drop-down menu to select a color of your choice. Click to choose a color and close the color picker window. If you want to change the looks of all the other connectors on the canvas, you do not need to make all of these changes to each individual connector, one at a time. Instead, in the Toolbox bar, click on this icon for Color Eyedropper tool to select it. Click on the black triangle to open the sub-menu. Click to select the Attributes Eyedropper tool. The cursor changes to show an eyedropper instead of the normal cursor. Up in the Properties bar, you will see an icon that shows an eyedropper. This shows that you are in the Copy Attributes mode, thus enabling you to copy the attributes of a shape or object. That is followed by a paint bucket icon. It becomes active when you have copied the attributes of a shape or object and are ready to apply the copied attributes to the target objects. Then you have the option to select the attributes you wish to copy over from 3 groups. Click on the black triangle on the Properties option to open the drop-down menu. From here, you can select the attributes you wish to copy over. From the drop-down menu, I will put a check mark and select all the available attribute options under the Properties group. This enables you to copy the selected attributes of a shape or an object. Let us have a quick look at the other 2 attributes groups. Click on the black triangle for the Transformations group to open the drop-down menu and see the attributes options available to us. I am not going to select any from this category. Next, click on the black triangle to open the drop-down menu for the Effects group. Here as well, I will not select any attribute. We shall be covering all this in great detail in a separate tutorial. With the Attributes Eyedropper tool selected, move the mouse over the connector we just made changes to. This will be the source of the attributes we wish to copy. Click once to copy the attributes. Release the mouse button. You will see that now our cursor has changed and it shows a paint bucket with a "don't" symbol. Also, The icons on the top in the Properties bar have undergone a change. Now the eyedropper tool is inactive and the Paint Bucket tool is active. Move the mouse and gently hover it over the connector you wish to change. When you see the "Don't" symbol vanish, left-click once. Then move the mouse to the next connector and repeat the same steps to complete the changes on this connector. Do this for all the remaining connectors in the flowchart. It's that easy and fast. Adding text to your predefined shapes. You can add text to your predefined shapes. To do so, click on the text icon in the toolbox bar to select it. Or press F8 to select it. Move your cursor over the shape you wish to add text to. Left-click once and release the mouse button to start the text field. Type in the text you wish to add. Click on the Pick tool from the toolbox bar. If you need to adjust the position of this text, you can grab it and move it to the desired spot. Or, for fine adjustments, you can tap the up, down, right, or left arrow keys on your keyboard. Click on a blank area on the canvas to deselect the text. That brings us to the end of this tutorial on mastering the basic arrow, banner, callout, flowchart shapes and connectors in CorelDRAW. Please take your time exploring these tools and get familiar with all their features and capabilities. Next, we will start by learning about the text tool, paragraph text and artistic text. To learn about the text tool, please access the Mastering the Text tool in CorelDRAW tutorial. Or, click on the link provided below in the description of this video. To access the previously published tutorials, please click on the links provided below for those tutorials in the description of this video.